Okay, and we're back with Steins. So, okay, so what happened last time was that we've actually gone through some of it, okay? And well, it's only an hour or two, okay, where we found out that Makise Kurisu has been killed, okay, and somehow they got something weird happened, okay, and then they go back to the lab and they actually talk about Gelbanas, okay. So Gelbanas is like one of the invention they made, okay. They actually somehow weirdly the microwave you know, somehow turn it into bananas into gel like thing, okay. And you know, right after that, you know, this happens, okay. Okay, in any case, there's nothing we can do about it. Give me a second. Okay, in any case, there's nothing we can do about it. It's time for Daru and I to head towards Daibiru. Okay, there's going to be a seminar at ATF and we have to be there. It's part of our studies at Tokyo Denki University. Summer credit, basically. We have to attend the seminar and write a report. Wait a second. You can actually check the tips, you know, here. What is ATF? Akihabara Techno Forum, a meeting hall located inside Daibiru. Several university and research institutions hold special seminars here. Daibiru, a skyscraper with offices and commerce center that opened alongside UPX in 2003, connected to UPX by an overpass. Come to think of it, what's today's seminar about again? I looked it up before the summer holiday began. I should have written it down. Oh yeah, this is still in the same day, and it seems that after, you know, the things crash, is that 1 hour later they went back to their lab, okay, and now I assume that they are going out again, and now we just received a mail. I've got mail. Mayuri, you know, I'm really sad about dropping my UPA. Okay, it's worse than last year when I missed buying Fatty Ghetto Froggy. That's the one last year, right? I thought you weren't interested. 10. Yup. Behind me is the large unidentified. Okay, this one is the thing. As we cross the overpass that connects UPX and Daibiru, I look down to see a huge crowd of people moving through the plaza. There are even some garishly dressed young men and women, the sort you don't usually see around Akiba. Everyone is walking towards the main street, which is still cordoned off.
Daru, ラジカンに見物に行かないのか?
どうせ行っても見られないっしょ。もちろんネットに上がってくる情報にはほぼ目を通してるのだぜ。アットちゃんのスレ数100超えたし、勢いすげえ。
Oh, so that's why he was staring at his phone earlier. We enter Daibiru and take the elevator to the 5th floor ATF Assembly Hall.
ああ、涼しい。生き返るぜ。あばばばばばばばばばばば。
You know, I like this voice actor because he's the voice actor that voiced Halu Groli in Rave. That's like one of my first animes that I watch.
電話レンジカッコ仮の件だが、俺は答えを導き出したかもしれん。
そのカッコ仮ってめんどいからいい加減やめるべき。
Okay, I won't give him that easily, even if no other lab members use the name subject to change. I will carry on until the day we decide on its true name.
そんなことは今はどうでもいい。
お得意のとんでも理論でもひらめいちゃったん？
So what's your latest ridiculous theory?
何を言うか。俺はいつも この世の神羅万象すら超越したあらゆる可能性について思考を巡らせているのだ。とんでもとか言うな。
神羅万象を超越ってつまり何でもありってことじゃね？理論ってレベルじゃねえぞ。
ダルよ、電話レンジカッコ仮はシュタインズゲートを開く鍵だという気がするのだが、どう思う？
I think you're just paranoid.
そのシュタインなんとかってところからして意味不明なわけだが。
A chance sickness our arrival on the 5th floor. The elevator's door opens slowly. As we step out of the elevator, I bump into someone. I quickly grab the person's shoulder to keep them from falling.
すいません。
Wait a minute. It's a girl. And I recognize her. Impossible. Chills run down my spine. I stare at her face in disbelief. I saw this girl just 3 hours ago. Makise Kurisu.
何か。
Kurisu frowns and tries to look back away, but I don't let go of her shoulder. My grip tightens.
キス様。
By the way, he used Kisama. Kisama is like either, even though it's you, it's very crude, it's very crass, like, damn you.
貴様は死んだはずだ。なぜここに。しかも。
There isn't a single blood stain on her clothes, and they are the same ones she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. Yet, as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured.
無傷。
痛い。離して。
Kurisu pushes me away, then she shoots me a wary glare. I realize that I'm gaping in disbelief.
何なの？
無事だったのか。怪我は平気なのか。いや、そんなはずはない。マキタクリスは何者かに刺されて血まみれで。
またその話かよ。
That again? Daru interrupts. Wait, there's something strange about what he has said just now.
またその話とはどういう意味だ？
だって1週間前にも僕にそんなメール送ってきたじゃん。
Wait, a week ago? Wait. A week ago? Isn't that what?
メール？俺が？何よバカだ。マキセ・クリスが殺されているのを見たのはほんの3時間前だぞ。
Wait. Let's take our phone. Okay? Take our phone. Outbox? Wait. It's not here? Inbox? Not here? Wait. It's not here. What the?
ちょっと勝手に殺さないでくれますか？
I remember he
私
did
ピンピンして
send.
ますんで。
I wonder he did send.
そういえばあのメール変な感じだったな。送信日時が1週間後になってた。つまり未来から来たっつうか。
未来から来た？
ネットで妙な考察サイトでも見たのかダル。お前がとんでも理論を言い出すとは珍しい。
This
違
yeah.
うがな。確かにメールの日付は1週間後の28、あ、そっか28日だから今日じゃん。
Daru pulls out his phone and shows it to me. Okay. He's right. The email was sent from my phone. Received 21st July. Sent 28th July. He received it on the 21st, 12:56. But it was sent on 28th July. It was split into 3 mails. Someone stabbed Bed Makise. Kurisu, don't. Why did I send such a short message in 3 parts? And it looks like the third email got cut off. I do recognize the content though.
これは3時間前に誰に送ったメールだ。
But I sent one email, not 3, and there should be more text. Did Daru really get this in a week ago?
興味深いわね。
Suddenly, Kurisu is standing next to me, peering intently at the screen of Daru's phone. Okay, the question is why she's still alive. Is she an illusion? No, an evil spirit? Am I haunted? I don't believe in such unscientific drivel. I am a mad scientist. Take out the scientist, you got it right. I timidly reach out to Kurisu's face. My fingertips stroke her hair. Feels silky. Quite the cuticles.
ある。実体がある。やはり幽霊だというのは考えすぎか。
Wait, you are stroking a girl's hair, right? Yeah, you just met?
オカリン、まずくね。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I poke Kurisu's cheeks with my finger. Such softness. Dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I ever touched one.
おい。
Wait a minute. We already touched when I bumped into her coming out of the elevator. I even grabbed her shoulders before being pushed away. And I still doubted that she had substance? That's just proof how confused I am. If she's alive, then what did I see back at Radikan? What was that scream I heard? Were they a hallucination? Just like that mass disappearance? That's right, she was stabbed. Maybe she's just hiding her wounds. This requires further investigation. I grabbed the hem of her blouse and slowly lifted.
己は警察に突き出されたいのか。
俺は真実を知りたいだけだ。
I also want to know the truth. I stare straight back at Kurisu as she trembles with anger and lift her blouse a little higher.
何が真実よ、この変態。バカなの？死ぬの？
She pushes my hand away.
ルイスちゃんの名台詞。来たこれ。
I wonder who is Louis-chan. Let's see. Tips list. The main heroine of the anime, the familiar... Okay. Ah! Tsundere. Her voice actress is the queen of Tsundere, Sugimi Yarie. Sugiu. Ah... No. It's Kugyu. Okay, not Sugyu. Okay? It's basically not the family of 10, Zero no Tsukaima.
俺は確かに見たのだ。
まさかあんた、今、私の下着を。
Kurisu's face turned bright red. She firmly pulls her blouse down.
この手の目がそうではない。
Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, someone killed Makise Kurisu and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explained everything I saw.
ドクター中バッチ。
オカリン何言ってるん？中鉢の発表会なら中止になったじゃん。
中止？
Wait, he didn't went there,
そう
right?
人工衛星の墜落で。
Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching. Isn't the same thing that happened right after I saw the mass disappearance? Mari's story didn't match mine. I need to know. But remember, what? It's that Mayuri, she still remembers it, you know? In a sense. Am I caught in some sinister plot? Is this another organization's conspiracy?
ねえ、ちょっとあなた。
我が名は法院京馬だ。
違うよ。全然違うよ。
No, you're not.
法院さん、今の話、詳しく教えてほしいんですが。
Looks like she finally understands I'm not lying. But I still don't understand why my memories don't match with everyone else. I doubt that I can give her a good explanation. Just then, an older man steps out of the assembly hall.
マキセさん、そろそろ時間ですし、始めましょう。
はい。
Kurisu glances at me once more, then sighs and heads towards the small conference room.
オカリン、とりあえず僕らも行こうぜ。
行くとはどういう意味だ？
講義を聞きに来たんだろ？
Ah, Dad. Daru follows after Kurisu. Did she come to attend the lecture too? Strange. Why would a girl genius Makise Kurisu need to attend a lecture like this? Okay, my guess was a bit off.
今日は私のような若輩者の話を聞きに来てくださってありがとう。
She said that a newcomer like me, okay?
講義をする方だったのか。
Japanese famous girl genius Makise Kurisu, who had her thesis published at the tender age of 17. According to Daru, she turned 18 a few days ago. I first heard about her when Daru pointed her out in a gossip magazine article. That's when she told me she was going to be a guest at ATF. I've forgotten all about it.
初めてなので緊張してますが、ガチガチなのは多めに見てください。どうぞよろしく。
Yoroshiku! The audience is pretty mixed. It's mostly students like us, but there's also a couple of professors. And Kurisu just gave me a sharp look. What do? When I return her stare, she quickly averts her eyes. I don't care if she's a genius or whatever, I still don't like her. She may have these people fooled with her timid girl act, but I learned at Radica how cunning and aggressive she really is. Even if her murder was some kind of hallucination, my judgment of her character is still correct.
今回タイムマシーンをテーマに話してほしいと言われまして、正直専門外なのですが、頑張って話してみようと思います。
ほう、タイムマシンか。
最初に結論を言ってしまうと、タイムマシンなんていうのはバカらしい代物だということです。
意義あり。
You should just finish! Just the first sentence! Every member of the audience, not just Kurisu, is startled by my interruption. Who won't? Perhaps I'm being slightly rude here, but I'm not one to just sit and listen to some genius girl's dribble.
タイムマシンが作れないと決めつけるのは早計だ。
オカリン、無茶しやがって。
Okay, sitting beside me, Daru throws a small salute. ATF staff are approaching, probably to kick me out. Perhaps I got too carried away.
まあ、はい、いいですよ。ディスカッション形式の方が話も弾むでしょうし。
Thanks to her proposal, the event staff refrained from escorting me out. She sounds a little pissed, but let's not mind that.
でもその前に、私の考えを話させてください。
Yeah, you can object to it
これま
after
で
that.
世界中の科学者たちがタイムトラベルについての理論を提唱してきました。主な理論だけでも11に及びます。
What are the major theories of time travel? I have heard about the cosmic string theory at least. The 11
中
theories.
性子星理論、ブラックホール理論、高速理論、タキオン理論、ワームホール理論、エキゾチック物質理論、宇宙ひも理論、量子重力理論、セシウムレーザー光理論、素粒子リングレーザー理論、ディラック反粒子理論。
Not bad. Perhaps Makise Kurisu is a worthy rival after all. You're the one who came unprepared.
でも、それらの理論はいずれも仮説の域を出ません。場合によっては、11個の中の別の理論によって否定されているものさえある。
では、12番目の理論が発見されたとしたらどうかな。
で、
そうですね。それは
Remember, she just said there's only 11 that are worth mentioning. You didn't deny that there's more than 11.
13番目の理論によって否定されるかもしれませんね。
Damn, she twisted my question and used it against me. Touche, genius girl. Suddenly, I feel eyes on me. Some puffed up professors are giving me hard looks from across the room. Maybe I got too carried away. You really? You think about that? I don't want to risk losing my credit. I should back off for now.
ちなみに、未来へのタイムトラベルなら今すぐにでも可能ですよ。アインシュタインの相対性理論によればね。
Special
例え
theory
ば
of
今すぐ羽田
relativity.
空港に行ってそこから沖縄行きあたりの飛行機に乗ればいい。目的地に降り立った時その人は10億分の1秒くらい私より未来に進んでいる。
This one is basically like, if I'm not wrong, this idea is like time have already moved at different speed because easy for me to explain is that a day on Earth is different from a day on another planet or another moon whatsoever, okay? Because our day depend on the Earth rotation, okay? So it's something like that. What does that mean?
移動する速さが高速に近づけば近づくほど時間は遅く流れる。それが相対性理論ですから。極論を言えば光と同じほどの速さで走ることができたら流れる時間はその人だけ半分になるわけで、24時間その速度で走り続ければ周囲では48時間が経ったことになるから丸1日分未来へ飛んだことになるんですよ。法王院京馬さん。
Oh, Inkyo-sama-san. Why are you singling me out? I'm doing my best to hold back, but it looks like Makise Kurisu wants to pick a fight. I wish that she hadn't said that name in front of so many people. You called her out in the beginning, so it's your fault. It's too great a risk to let other people know my true name.
それはへりくつではないかな。
No, Professor calmly makes an objection. True, Makise Kurisu's example isn't strictly time travel per se, but I never expected an older man, a professor at that, to refute an 18-year-old girl. Maybe she's just testing out the genius girl's resilience.
そうですね。
The genius girl readily concedes to the point. If she were a normal 18-year-old, it would be impossible for her to be this calm in front of all these people. A normal 18-year-old would panic when refuted by such a distinguished-looking professor. And yet, Makise Kurisu giving off an aura of gutsiness saying, I can take this guy on.
では過去には行けるのかな。
過去にだって今すぐ行けますよ。夜になったら望遠鏡で空を覗いてみてください。何万年も前の光を見ることができるでしょ。
それもへりくつですよ。
Okay. This time, it's a nearby student who objects.
まあ、今までのは前置き。
Is it just me, or did Kurisu look a little nervous just now?
例えば実際に皆さんが体ごと過去や未来へ行くことができるようなタイムマシンを作るにはまず何が必要か考えてみましょう。代表的なところだと宇宙紐理論かワームホール理論かな。宇宙紐というのは超巨大な質量を持つ紐みたいな形のひび割れです。
A strange-shaped device? That must be how they entered our universe. But do cosmic strings really exist?
ひびの幅は素粒子と同じぐらいで長さは最低でも銀河系と同じくらいと思っていただければいいです。これは巨大な質量であるがゆえに時空を歪める性質を持っているんです。その歪んだ時空を紐を中心にあなたがぐるっと一周すると360度以内で回りきることができる。要するにワープみたいなことができるということ。これ時空の角度欠損って言います。角度欠損しているところを通過するとそこは欠損しちゃってますので通過時間はゼロになる。
Okay. So,
これを応用して 宇宙紐が高速に近い速さで運動しているとき、
In other words, it bends space and time and then passes through that point. You're not losing any time.
相対性理論により宇宙紐の時間は周囲より遅くなるから、歪んでいる角度欠損の領域を通過すると、本来0だった通過時間がマイナスになる。
Therefore, passing through the area of angular deficit.
つまり通過後の方が過去になっているわけ
In other words, you arrive in the past after transit.
で、2本の宇宙紐を使って空間欠損ジャンプを行い、元の地点まで周回するように戻ってくると、ちょうど周回を開始したのと同じ時間に戻ってくることができる。ざっくり言っちゃうと、それが宇宙紐理論によるタイムトラベルです。ちなみに誤解しないでほしいのは、宇宙紐理論は超紐理論とは別物ということです。
So basically, you need two time machines, something like that?
というわけで、宇宙紐理論で過去へ行くために用意するものは3つ。その1、宇宙紐。これは2つ必要です。ちなみに宇宙紐って生まれたばかりの宇宙にしかないという仮定なので、探すのはかなり骨が折れるかも。その2、仮に宇宙紐を見つけてきたら、それを光に近い速さで運動させるためのエネルギーが必要です。
Number 3?
銀河と同じ長さのひび割れを光並みに加速させるには、どのくらいのエネルギーがいるんでしょうね。少なくとも1.21 ジゴワット以上なのは確かです。
This earns a few chuckles from the audience.
その3、宇宙紐があるところまで行って戻ってくるための宇宙船。タイムトラベルする人はこれに乗らないといけません。どうです、法王院さん。宇宙紐理論でのタイムトラベル、挑戦できると思いますか？
Like that's even possible. And why the hell is she addressing me? I wasn't even the one who jeered this time.
法王院さんは宇宙紐理論には挑戦したくないようですね。だったらもう一つ例に挙げたワームホール理論はどうです？こちらは宇宙紐理論よりはもうちょっと現実的かも
But finding
しれません。
is still harder.
ところで法王院さん、ワームホールってどんなものか知ってますか？
Uh-oh. No, don't ask me. I'm trying to hold back here. Hold back! You don't even know. Oh my god. Since I've been challenged though, I can't leave the question unanswered.
空間に開いた抜け道のようなものだろう。
ね、そうです。
That's correct. Whew, I got it right. I sighed inwardly in a relief.
2つの穴があって、それはトンネルでつながっている。トンネルは通過時間0で通り抜けられる。2つの穴がどれ
This is the one I was talking about.
ここで残念なお知らせ。ワームホールのトンネルは超重力がかかっていて、開通すると同時に潰れちゃいます。だからかかる重力を無効化するために何らかの細工をしなくちゃダメなの。いわゆるエキゾチック物質。これはマイナスの重さを持つ物質で重力に反発するんです。
So like the antimatter? Is it something that floats if you leave it on the ground? Okay, maybe not. I can't even begin imagining what it would be like. Could you raise her right fist?
こうやってむぎゅーっとグーを作ってる状態がワームホールのトンネルです。ここを通るためには手の中に私が握ろうとする力に反発する何かを作ってむぎゅーっとできなくしないとダメということですね。
Kurisu opens the fist.
エキゾチック物質を注入してワームホールを安定させれば瞬間移動は可能になります。でもタイムトラベルをするにはそこからもう一手間必要。ここでは仮にワームホールの入り口側の穴がこの秋葉原に、出口側にある穴が LA にあるとしましょう。まず LA にある穴を光に近い速さで宇宙の果てまで飛ばしちゃってください。そして果てまで行ったらすぐに LA に引っ張り戻す。
How?
相対性理論により光の速さで動くと 時間は遅く流れる。 LA に戻ってきた穴は秋葉原にある穴よりも過去にあるということになります。というわけで、その状態で法王院さんがワームホールに飛び込んだら数年前の LA に行けるでしょう。でもこの時点ではまだタイムトラベルをしたことにはなりません。疑似的なタイムトラベルです。いわゆる浦島効果ね。
Urashima. This is the story of Urashima Taro. Urashima Taro
重要
is
なのはこの後、LA から秋葉原にもう一度ワームホールを通って戻ること。そうするとその通過時間はゼロなので。
Okay, so let's check out Urashima Taro. Okay, in special relativity, a phenomenon originating from the fact that time slows down as an object approaches the speed of light. For example, imagine an astronaut travels to a nearby star and back at close to the speed of light. This trip may take a few years from the astronaut's perspective, but he will return to Earth to find that thousands of years had passed in his absence. This one, it reminds me of a story like Ireland. An Ireland folk tale is that this guy he was brought to heaven, but the thing is that he left his lover back on Earth, and then when he spent a couple of weeks there, but when he came back, okay, he's already the people that he know already died, something like that, okay, and he needs to ride on the horse. If he step off the horse, okay, he's gonna age extremely fast, and he died after that, something like that. Hollywood, okay, in the first movie Inventor, Paradox said you need 1.2 gigawatts to travel to time. In reality, the unit gigawatt does not exist. The scriptwriter made a spelling mistake. The correct unit is gigawatt.
法王院さんは数年前の秋葉原に戻ってくるわけです。これでタイムトラベルは完了。ワームホール理論に必要なものは宇宙紐より楽ですよ。その1、ワームホールそのもの。この宇宙のどこかにもしかしたらあるかもしれません。見つけた人はまだ誰もいませんが。
Well, we haven't even explored the whole universe.
その2、ワームホールの穴を光並みの速さで宇宙の果てまで往復させることのできるエネルギー。その3、エキゾチック物質。ちなみにこれ、実在は確認されてません。
So implementation of either one would require a ridiculous amount of
バ
effort.
カらしいと最初に言った理由は分かってもらえましたか？タイムトラベルの理論はどれも思考実験です。それらの理論からでは実際にタイムマシンを作ることはできないということ。それが私からの回答です。
もっと簡単なものはないんですか？例えば机の引き出しを開けるだけで使えるものとか。
Why do you think this is Doraemon?
ないですね。
A firm declaration.
結局現代の物理学じゃそこが限界。10年後にはどうなってるか分かりませんが。それに仮にもっと簡単に過去へ行ける方法が発見されたとしても実際に行けるとは限らない。因果率に関する根本的な問題が解決されていませんから。
Principle of Causality. Okay, states that every event has a cause, and it is by that cause that an effect is produced. The theory of relativity is founded upon this principle. However, quantum physicists have observed that macroscale phenomena that do not appear to obey the principle of causality. So this is basically like if you time travel and you meet your grandparents and you basically had with them, and in a sense you will become your own grandfather. So that's the idea of principle of causality. It's like the chicken before the egg thing.
質量保存の法則
Okay. Conservation of mass. The mass of the entire universe is constant. If a time machine travel from the future to the past, there will be suddenly be the extra mass of time machine and its pilot in the past. I remember reading in a book, not a terribly reputable book, but still, that such a violation of mass conservation would put the universe in danger? I didn't say what kind of danger though.
質量保存の法則を宇宙のようなマクロレベル、あるいは原子や素粒子などのミクロレベルの仕組みに当てはめるのは誤りです。
What? Is that true? She's laughing at my reaction. That little. How mortifying. 悔しい。
あれは化学反応に対する法則でしかないから。現代物理学においては全く成立しない。無から有は生み出せますから。
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
では何が問題となるのかね。
タイムパラドックスはタイムパラドックスでも、親殺しのパラドックスの方です。
The oyagoroshi, killing your parents. Oh, that thing where you kill your own ancestors before you were born?
そのパラドックスの解が導き出されない限り、タイムトラベルは実現できない。絶対に。
So this is the chicken or the egg first.
殺さなければいいんじゃないの？
そんな単純な問題じゃありません。SF 映画と同じように考えるのはとても危険です。あなたが消えるだけじゃ済まされない。
Really? It doesn't seem that dangerous.
矛盾が生じることは、因果律の崩壊、相対性理論の崩壊、さらにはこの世のすべての物理法則の崩壊を意味するのよ。パラドックスは理論上の思考実験に過ぎない。現実に起きることはないし、起きてはいけないことなんです。
So basically, what had already happened in this game is that how can Makise Kurisu been dead and alive at the same time? Basically, it's like well, we've already know the result of it. Okay, it's the Schrodinger's cat. How can she exist in two states at once?
0.00001% でも起きる可能性のあるどんな行動も絶対に実行には移せない。そう考える方が自然じゃないですか？多世界解釈や自己無矛盾の原理っていう抜け道もありますが、個人的にはファンタジーすぎると思うので認めたくないですね。
I grind my teeth. When I see Makise Kurisu looking at me with a composed expression, I avert my eyes. Looks like I have no choice but to concede Makise Kurisu truly is a genius. I ended up listening to all of Kurisu's lecture at ATF. After the two time travel theories she introduced at the beginning, she explained the rest with equal eloquence. She seemed a little nervous at first, but that quickly changed as she spoke. By the end, it was an impressive lecture, so impressive that you wouldn't think it was an 18-year-old's first time. She did well to respond to my malicious question with sarcasm. She got guts. Wait, why am I praising her? Leaving that aside, I saw Makise Kurisu dead, and yet she is still alive. My memories doesn't match with reality. And not just about Kurisu, my conversation with Daru and Mayuri doesn't make sense either. Everything would be solved if I told myself what I saw earlier was a dream, an illusion. It never happened. But never say never. This leaves me with no choice. After parting ways with Daru at ATF, I headed to Yanabashi Jinja. I need to get exercise. I seriously doubt that Makise Kurisu at ATF was a ghost. Regardless, it's natural to seek an exorcism after such an experience. I'm Japanese, it's in our blood. Yanabashi Jinja is located on the other side of Kanda River. Okay, to find it, enter the first road after crossing Manseibashi Bridge. Okay, Manseibashi. Okay, it's a very small shrine that doesn't fit with the surrounding multi-tenanted buildings. Kanda Myojin is the more famous shrine in Akiba, but I deliberately chose this one. The shrine is so small you could easily miss it if you weren't looking. Regardless, I can hear the chirping of cicadas from the tree growing here. Okarin! There are two girls standing in front of the main buildings. One of them is Mayuri. The other one is a docile-looking beauty in traditional Miko attire. Urushibara Luka. A stunning example of feminine charm and grace. Lips delicate like cherry blossom in bloom. The essence of Japanese beauty. The cheese priest son. That's right, son. Lovely in every way, but he's a guy.
岡部さん、こんにちは。
He bows his head. The voice of a girl, the mannerism of a girl. More feminine than any girl I know. But he's a guy. Taller than Mayuri, yet also slender. But he's a guy. でも男だ. Looks stunning in Miko robes. でも男だ. Holding a bamboo broom apparently in the middle of cleaning. でも男だ. It's almost evening, yet still it's hot as hell outside. でも男だ. Damn cicadas won't shut up. でも男だ.
ルカ子よ。お前、俺が与えた刀はどうした？
He's a friend of mine. I call him Lukako. We met when I rescued him from some aggressive photographers in Akiba's pedestrian heaven. Pedestrian heaven? Oopsie. Pedestrian heaven? Okay, some neighborhood of Tokyo, such as Akihabara, close major streets on busy shopping days. This effectively turns the street into one big sidewalk, facilitating pedestrian access. It also so happened that Lukako and Mayuri are classmates. I learned the fact that I had gotten to know him. Lukako is taken aback by my sharp questions. He starts fidgeting with a flushed face and tears as he says,
妖刀さみだれのことですよね。
そうだ。あれはお前の力を制御するために買ってやったのだぞ。
秋葉の武器屋本舗で買ったやつでしょ。980円だっけ。
マユリ、それ以上言うと奴らに消されるぞ。この件については口を出すな。
消されちゃうの？おかり、心配してくれてありがとう。でも奴らって誰かな？
葬式だ. I ignore Mayuri's question.
それでルカ子よ。妖刀さみだれはちゃんと使っているのか？
はい。1日1回は素振りを。
あれを持ち、精神三昧流を極めさえすれば、お前は己の内にある邪悪な炎に焼かれずに済む。
Demon sword Samidare, Yoto Samidare may be an imitation sword, but that is the only form it takes to hide from the world. When one worthy to wield it appears, it unleashes its true power. And it was on sale for only 980 yen, tax included.
あんな素敵なものをプレゼントしてもらえて、岡部さんには感謝しています。
This is the original Astolfo.
俺は岡部ではない。
岡部ではない。じゃあ誰だ？
おかりんだよ。
それでもない。
ごめんなさい、京馬さん。
分かればいいのだ。では合言葉を。
エルサイコングルー。
エルブサイコンガリュウ？
コンガリュウ。
違う、コンガリュウではなくコングルーだ。
はい。
コンガリュウ。
ブサイコングルー。これでいいですか？
Lugako smiles happily as I nod.
ありがとうございます。
Such a lovely smile. But he's a guy.
美しい師弟関係だね。マユシーは不女子じゃないけど、ちょっとドキドキしてきちゃうよ。
Okay, for those who don't know what is a fujoshi, let's read up on it, okay? Fujoshi, a term of female otaku with a particular interest in yaoi, or works of fiction that depicts homosexual relationship between men. Does not apply to the female otaku in general.
マユリ ゆりちゃん、変な想像しないで。
Geez, so we do have a master disciple relationship. I, Ko and Kyoma, have gone to great lengths to teach Lukaku about the evil conspiracy that rules the world and how to resist them. That stuff about Demon Sword Samirare is part of that training. Looks aside, Lukaku is very obedient and hardworking, plus he's always eager to learn new things. A master couldn't ask for a better disciple. He's a guy! Oh. So he doesn't have the weakness of not catching on too quickly and being too shy. But he's a guy.
それでなぜマユリはここにいる？
ルカ君に会いに来たんだよ。来月のコミマでライネットのキラリちゃんコスをしてほしいってずっと頼んでるのにちっとも OK してくれないんだよ。
だってコスプレするなんて僕恥ずかしいよ。
でもルカ君は絶対似合うと思うんだ。こんな可愛い子が女の子のはずがないって大人気になるよ。ねえ、しようよコスプレデビュー。
Mayuri Sobi is making costumes. She made at least 30 so far, but it's rare for her to wear one herself. Instead, she seems to get her kicks from seeing other people wearing them. And it looks like she's chosen Lukaku as her next target. Naturally, the costume Mayuri is currently raving on is for a female character. Normally, I would understand why a man wouldn't want to dress like a girl, but come on, Lukaku has no problem wearing Miko robes. Why should cosplay be any different? But whatever, I have business to take care of.
そんなくだらないことは後でやるんだな。
マユシンにとっては大事なことだもん。
俺にとってはくだらないことなのだ。それよりルカ子よ、俺がこの神社を訪ねたのは他でもない。お祓いを頼みたいのだが、やってもらえないだろうか。
お祓いですか？だったらお父さんに。
いや、そこまで大げさにしなくていい。気休めでいいのだ。
That's why I came here instead of Kanda Shrine.
というわけで、例のあれを持ってこい。
She just don't want to spend money.
例のあれと言いますと、サミダレですか？
違う。お祓いに用途は必要ないだろう。お祓いと言ったらあれに決まっている。正式な名称はわからんが、棒に白い紙がふさふさとついていて、神主がわさわさと振るやつだ。
今のオカリンの説明、ゆとりっぽいね。
Quite a shock to hear that from Mayuri.
おほぬさですね。でもお父さん貸してくれるかな。ちょっと聞いてきます。
Lukaku makes a quick bow, then runs towards his house, which is on the shrine ground. Meanwhile, Mayuri takes her pocket watch out of her bag to check the time. It's a very old watch, not the sort of you expect a high school girl to carry. Its name is Pockety. Obviously, that's the name Mayuri gave it, not its brand or anything. Ever since elementary school, Mayuri has carried Pockety with her everywhere. It's her most important treasure.
じゃあ、マユシーはこれからバイトだからもう行くね。
そうか、頑張ってこい。バイトが終わったら直接帰るのか？
It's already 9. And she's 16, right? Mayuri lives in Ikebukuro. She comes to Akiba by train just about every day. It should be obvious since we are childhood friends and after all, but I live in Ikebukuro too. But so I've been staying at the lab since summer break began.
というわけで、また明日ね。
I call Mayuri to stop before she trots off.
マユリ、お前はあの時ラジカンで男の悲鳴を聞いたよな。
悲鳴？
Mayuri blinks several times and puts her finger to her temple as if in thought. Then she gives her usual smile.
それっていつのこと？
今日の昼だ。
this afternoon.
聞いてないかな。
そうか。
変なおかり。じゃあね、トゥットゥルー。
Mayuri leaves, this time for good, so she pauses to wave at least a dozen times before disappearing beyond the archway.
岡部さん、お待たせしました。
Lukako returns shortly after Mayuri leaves.
借りることができました。よかったです。あれ、まゆりちゃんは帰ったんですか？
まゆりはどうでもいいから、今すぐお祓いを始めるのだ、ルカ子よ。
Lukako yo!
はい、僕でいいんでしょうか。
By the way,
そもそも何に対
he's
するお
using
祓いを？
bokuko. Boku means like, it's basically for a guy. Lukako is flustered. Is he really up to this? I'm beginning to doubt. I should have known better. The instant doubt touches my heart. A terrible chill shoots up my spine.
俺に取り付いた悪霊が。
There goes his tunibio. I grab my violently shaking wrist.
静まれ、悪霊よ。急げ、ルカ子。このままでは俺は乗っ取られる。
そんな、岡部さん、しっかりしてください。
俺は岡部さんではない。
Oh, in
すいません、京馬さん。でも僕、どうしたら？
お祓いを急げ。
You didn't teach him anything!
やればいい。
はい。
With a serious look on his face, Lukako grasps the Onusa with both hands as if it were a sword. His stance is impressive. I taught him well. His face is red and he can barely talk. It looks like he wants to say something but is hesitating, panicking because he feels awkward. Amateur.
頼む。悪霊を俺の中から追い出してくれ。俺はお前を殺したくない。
Tunibio man! Lukako starts crying. Looks like he's really worried. Reason tell me he's a guy, but his lovely appearance makes me feel guilty. Like I made a frail girl cry. But despite the tears welling up in his eyes, it looks like Lukako managed to work up his resolve. You know one thing? I wonder if... you know, what does he wear to go to school? A skirt? Or, you know, trousers?
悪霊よ。
He raises the Onusa high, shaking it left and right.
岡部、じゃなくて、京馬さんから出て行ってください。
あ、いいぞ。
Sounds so wrong.
そのまま俺の腕にふさふさを当てろ。
The tip of the Onusa touches my upper arm. In an anime, this would be a cue for some dramatic shockwaves to occur, but nothing like that happens. The only sound is the chirping of the cicadas.
どうですか？
I take a deep breath. The trembling in my arms has stopped.
大丈夫だ。悪霊は去ったようだ。よくやったな、ルカ子。
Lukako sighs in relief and blushes.
お役に立ててよかったです。
But he's a guy. His shy smile does make him look like a girl. But he's a guy. After I get back I take the broken TV down to the round tube workshop for repairs. Daru and Mayuri have gone home, so I have to carry the TV down the narrow staircase by myself. It's brutal backpacking work, but I manage. I push the workshop door with my hips and head inside. The room is dimly lit by the setting sun, but the gloom is offset by the glare from the gigantic CRT in the center of the room. a 42-inch CRT television. It doesn't seem like something you could get in modern Japan. With LCD TVs becoming a new standard, I seriously doubt anyone would want a bulky old CRT.
おう、どうした岡部。
Sitting in front of a huge CRT is an equally huge man reading a sports newspaper. Moe. He's the workshop owner, a workshop's manager, actually the owner of this whole building. Tennoji Yugo. I call him Mr. Brown. It's a fitting name for someone who loves brown too.
どうしたもこうしたもないですよ。あなたからもらったテレビが壊れた。
おめえ、俺のブラウン管を乱暴に扱いやがったな。
Yeah, he did smack it, you know. I barely managed to set the heavy TV on the counter.
愛が足りねえんだよ、愛が。
What does love have to do with it? A muscle-bound bald guy talking about love? It sends shivers down my spine.
修理をお願いしたい。最優先だ。
相変わらず変な話し方だな、おめえって。
Mail? I didn't want any of the other ghetto froggies. I didn't want that fatty, but now that I think about it, it wasn't really that cute. Actually, it was kind of weird. Looking, I wonder why I wanted it so bad. Hey, I just realized Fatty looks like Daru-kun. Just the body, right? No comments on Daru's face. I don't know if it's just dust hanging in the air, but something feels stagnant about this place. There are CRTs everywhere. The haphazard layout makes them seem like junk, but they are all functional according to Mr. Brown. He's got a full range of both old and new. Some of them are probably older than me. There are even some flat screen and HD CRT that came out just before LCDs took the market.
今日は遅くまでやっているんですね。普通だったら夜7時には店じまいでしょ。
The crowds in Akiba thin quickly at night. All the major electronic stores close around 8 or 9 o'clock. And then, if the liveliness of the day was simply a lie, the town goes silent.
今日はこれから客が来るんでな。
客？例の小動物ですか？
おめえな、俺の愛しい娘を小動物呼ばわりするんじゃねえ。
The manager glares at me and takes a photo from his wallet. It is a picture of a young girl shyly making a peace sign at the camera. One might presume this muscle-bound man to be some kind of pervert, but the girl is actually his daughter. She's about 12 years old now, I think. His love for her is second only to his love of CRT, or was it the other way around? I see her in the store every now and then again. What was her name again?
ないに手出したらぶっ殺すからな。
That's it, Nai. A rare name that means to breed. She pops up at the store now and again, so we've interacted before. And by we, I mean Mayuri, since she's the only one Nai gets along with. Nai always hides when she sees me or Daru. I must admit, I'm impressed she can sense my aura of madness at such an early age. Don't worry, everybody can see that. Mr. Brown makes a grandiose kissing gesture at his... God damn, that's creepy. Once again, shivers down my spine.
しかし、娘以外でこの工房に客が来ることがあるんですか？
I've been renting the second floor for about 6 months now, but I don't recall ever seeing a customer. I'll be surprised if this place is actually making any money.
客っつうかなんつうか。
Custer, you mean, he puts away the photo and goes back to checking the TV, leaving me with that vague answer?
ああ、これは多分基盤のハンダ浮きだな。直せろぜ。
そうですか。 ではよろしく。
待ってろ。見積書作ってやる。
金を取るのか？
当たり前だろ。
ろ。
払わねえつもりだったのか。
このテレビはあなたからもらったものだぞ。
だからなんだよ。アフターサービスまでタダでやってやるとは言ってねえぜ。
あ
おのれ。
ー、おのれ。
間近のオンボロを押し付けておいて、その言い草とは。
うるせえな。だったら人ってやってもいいんだぞ。家電リサイクル法で回収費ももらうけどな。
横暴だぞ。人類史の未来を変えるやもしれぬ男からたかろうとは。
ああ、それ誰のことだ？
Yeah, who's that?
俺のことに決まっているでしょ。
You? A madman?
歯磨いて寝ろよガキ。そもそも2階をただ同然で貸してやってるこの俺にそういうこと言うとはいい度胸だな。
修理代は弾もう、ミスター・ブラウン。
In the end, I'm no match for him. Just then, I hear the door open. I look up to see that a girl has entered the store. She's wearing a vintage jacket and tight shorts that highlight her long limbs and athletic figure. I figure myself particularly impressed by her well-defined thigh. Suddenly, time stopped. The world. Let's see what do you mean by the power to stop time. One of the supernatural abilities called Steins that appears in the popular manga Juju's Bizarre Adventures. Those with the ability to use Steins are called Stan users.
あれ
The girl is still standing there with her arm in the air. Her smile gradually fades into confusion. What kind of reaction was she hoping for, seriously? Maybe she's someone he knows personally? Another daughter? Or dare I say, his girlfriend? She finally drops her pose and clears her throat.
さっき電話したアマネです。
And just like that, time starts moving again.
ああ、バイトの面接したいって子な。俺が店長の天王寺だ。
バイトの面接だと？こんな若い女性が？この新規臭くておしゃれ感ゼロで繁盛もしておらず無さいおっさんが店長のブラウン管工房にバイト希望だというのか？
He doesn't even have customers. Why?
おめえ、来月から2階の家賃1000円増しな。
Same.
俺は事実を言ったまでですよ。もっとも部外者が口を出す問題ではないが、しかしブラウン管工房がバイトを募集していたとはな。この暇さではその必要性を全く感じないのだが。
ああ、それは私が電話で無理って頼んだんです。
Oh. The girl looks a little embarrassed.
最初は断られたんだけどさ、店長さんにどうしてもお願いしますって。
That's honestly surprising.
今時珍しい若者がいたもんだよな。ま、そこの椅子に座んな、お嬢ちゃん。
お嬢ちゃん。
失礼します。
Looks like they are going to have a formal interview. I was going to leave, but since Mr. Raw hasn't kicked me out, I'll stick around a bit longer. The girl's expression is stiff. I guess she's nervous. Just because of a part-time interview? In contrast, to show how she wouldn't take no for answer, she doesn't seem so enthusiastic.
で、名前は何だって？
天音鈴葉です。
年は
18。
Same as me.
学生？
うん。
You shake her head.
なんでうちで働きたいんだ？
ブラウン管が好きだから。
採用。明日から来い。
That's it?
それでいいのか？というかこれはコントか？もしかして仕込みか？
ありがとう、店長さん。
Finally, Amane Suzuha seems to relax. Then she looks at me.
ところでさ、君は誰？
俺のな。聞きたいというのか？いや、やめておけ。それを知ることでお前にも 最悪が降りかかるかもしれん。これまでも多くの人が俺の名を知ったことで機関に狙われた。アメリカのサラ、イタリアのクラウディア、フランスのシモーヌ。これ以上
I can guarantee that the voice actor is like is put his mouth quite close to the mic.
おい、アホな妄想してんじゃねえよ。
He just doesn't understand my pain.
このバカ男は2階に間借りしてる岡部倫太郎ってんだ。
岡部ではない。俺はほーい。
うるせえ。家賃さらに1000円上乗せする。
岡部倫太郎です。
The girl stands up, places her hand on my shoulder, and looks at me with a serious expression.
君を狙ってるその期間ってのが何なのかわかんないけど、もし困ってんなら私に相談して。岡部倫太郎。そういうの慣れてるからさ。
What do you mean?
は
？ Stuff like what?
場合によっては手段を選ばず痛めつけてやることも可能だし。
ミスター・ブラウン、彼女は採用しない方がいいと思う。
いや、
ああ、物騒だな。騒ぎ起こしたらクビにするからな。そもそもその期間なんたらは岡部の創作だから本気にすんな。
いや、
創作？
It is?
せいぜいそう思ってるがいいさ。
But someday the world will kneel before me. And then Amani Suzuha stares straight at me again. Maybe she has a habit of looking people in the eye.
そういうのが流行ってんだ。勉強になったよ。
Trend? I don't think so. Yodobashi camera. Wait. Mail. Lukako. Yesterday's exorcism, I feel like a more traditional ceremony would have been better. I might be worried something might happen to you because my exorcism wasn't strong enough. It bothers me so much I can't sleep at night. P.S. Because of that, I couldn't do more than 3 practice swings today with Hamidare. Don't worry, thanks to your exorcism, my right arm has been quiet. Still, there's no telling of what would have set it off again. If I'm forced to do battle again, let's just pray that the organization assassin don't find me. Sen. I grab an iced coffee at the bakery inside Yodobashi to quench my thirst. While I'm at it, I guess I'll check app channel on my phone. I mostly frequent the occult board, the future technology board, and sometimes the physics board. I searched for threads on the mass disappearance phenomena or multi-security stabbing, but nothing turned up. So were the hallucination after all? When I peek at the occult board, I find posts in multiple threads from someone claiming to be John Titor. Wait, John Titor is back? John Titor appeared on American BBS 10 years ago, claiming to be a time traveler. He claimed to have time traveled from the year 2036 in order to obtain an old computer, the IBM 5100. His claim started quite a storm among the BBS citizens. Titor also made several accurate, fragmentary predictions of future events. The start of Iraq War, the spread of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, for example. What's the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease? Okay. Bovine BSE, commonly known as mad cow disease. Okay, but only used in the case of human infection. Early symptoms include memory loss, abnormal movements, personality changes, dementia, muscle stiffness. In severe cases, the patient may waste for 1 to 2 years before dying of respiratory paralysis and others. To prove he was from the future, he explained the principles behind his time machine and provide pictures of its operation manual. But after about 4 months, he disappeared without ever revealing his identity. At one point, his prediction gained popularity even in Japan. Yes, he certainly did get some things right. But on the other hand, he missed several things. Some of his posts contradicted each other too. That's why to this day, most people doubt his authenticity as a time traveler. So after 10 years of silence, that same John Titor is now on the Japanese BBS? Ridiculous. It's obviously a troll. Obviously, John Titor is American, yet now he's posting on After Journal in Japanese. Let's take a look at his post. I don't expect you to believe I came from the year 2036. I see that everyone would like to know about my time machine. Time travel technology developed by CERN. They completed the first time machine in 2034. Time traveler lol. John Titor lol. More detail on the time machine. Kuri Gohan and Kamehameha. Okay. Do they sell the time machine? How much do they cost? I've got about 100 million yen saved. Can you send me one? CERN has a monopoly on time machine. Not even the most powerful nation on Earth can acquire one. To say nothing of private citizens. CERN used their time machine for power. By 2036, the world has become a dystopia. Okay. There is no war, no conflict. However, that is a false peace founded on complete eradication of liberty. What does LOL means? Why did you come to this time? Was the Akiba satellite crashing your doing? Titor doesn't understand external lingo. Let's keep it simple, okay? If you know what I mean. Get a trip code. I came here to change my present, in other words, your future. Okay? My mission is to destroy CERN's dystopia and restore freedom to the world. This is a wonderful time you're living in. Everyone is free. But you will lose it all in just 20 short years. It is vitally important that you understand what the future has in store. What is trip code? I might get one if you tell me what it is. You said only CERN has time machine. You have a time machine, that must mean you're working for CERN. Therefore your goal can't be destroy CERN's dystopia. You are a fraud. What's dystopia? How can CERN take over the world in just 20 years? Look at Middle East. You've been reading too much manga if you think you can get those guys to stop killing each other. Who wants you to change the future? You're trying to play God? If they are promising world peace, then I for one welcome our new CERN overlords. My time machine is a prototype reverse engineered from stolen CERN technology. Compared to their time machine, its capabilities are quite limited. In 2036, the world is ruled by a single all-powerful governing body. They control every aspect of our life, deciding what we'll eat, what we'll live, and who will marry. There is no privacy and no choice. Anybody who does oppose them is eliminated. There are no trials. In movies and small changes to the past cause huge changes to the future. You've already changed the present by coming here, and what makes you think if you make unexpected changes to the future? Implying CERN rules the world? Do you even know what CERN is, lol? Okay, so if you find his dad and kill him, then this time traveler will never be born and we won't have to listen to this bullshit, alright? Am I right? I want to know if I can meet if you can meet yourself in past self. Can you have self-cess? You're talking about so-called grandfather paradox that has been debunked. The world line has a divergence of 0.571024% compared to the world line I came from. Killing my father would alter the divergence, creating a world line where my father is dead. However, it would not erase the world line. I would go on existing. CERN is a particle physics research institution that hasn't changed in 2036. It is possible to meet yourself in your past self. The prevailing theory in my time is that nothing would happen. I, however, haven't met my past self. If you're really a time traveler, then fucking prove it. Post time machine pictures or get the fuck off. The many world interpretation will slow down, bro. Okay, take over the world. What? I do not feel the need to prove that I am what I am. I'm only posting these messages on a whim. My mission comes first. What are world lines? Can you make yourself from another world line? What happens if you do? Late reply. A trip code is to identify posters. Put password after your name. Lol. Backpedaling. World lines are like infinite numbers of rivers flowing in parallel. Along the way, they are constantly branching out into new world lines. This is called divergence. For example, Whether or not you post on this message board has practically no effect on the world line's divergence. But if you're murdered, let's say the divergence would change. However, it will only change by about 0.0002%, if that. A single human being's death is not terribly significant on a global scale. Wars, disasters, and other events that cause widespread death and destruction have a much greater effects on divergence. Thanks for telling me about trip codes. I'll make sure to use this one from now on. I'm starting to get tired. Let's pick it up again tomorrow. It's been fun talking with everyone. Looks like they already made an archive of this thread. Of course, there have been sites dedicated to John Titor for years now. Okay, I've read one of the books on John Titor, that's how I know. This new John Titor is clearly an imposter. There are many Titor fanatics on at the channel. He's not exactly a household name in Japan, but I doubt anyone would fall for this level of trolling. As I continue to read her web, I find the response the opposite of what I expected. Everyone is accepting the time travel as if it were his first appearance. Nobody has even mentioned his appearance 10 years ago. Finding this strange, I tried posting a retort, but everyone ignores me. What the hell? You can figure this out if you do a little research, people. There's the original John Titor thread archive in English, and there's plenty of Titor blogs in Japanese. I entered John Titor's name into a search engine. 12 matches. Wait, only 12? Moreover, all 12 are about current John Titor's posting on Ad channel. I can't find a single trace of Titor's from 10 years ago. Bizarre, this just can't be. A search for information on Titor a few years ago. Back then, I got tens of thousands of hits. Is this search engine filtered? I tried searching on another site just to make sure, but it gives me the same result. What is this madness? I feel like I stumbled onto another plane of reality. Could this be another organization conspiracy? These past 2 days, I've been surrounded by nothing but chaos and confusion. I called Daru. You know about Titor for sure. After all, I talked to him about Titor before. I only vaguely remember the details of that conversation. I'm positive the conversation happened. By the time I dig my phone out of my bag, I no longer feel like making the call. Instead, I sent him an email on the way back to the lab. He replies with his location. By May Queen, he means May Queen plus Nyang, a maid cafe. Daru's a regular there. Apparently 3D's cat maids are his thing too. May Queen plus Nyang, Nyang is only 3 minutes walk from the lab. Coming from Kurame Bashidori, take a left at Tsuma Koisaka crossing and you'll find it. That's where I'm headed now. It's usually busy in Akiba during summer break, but now it's even busier because of Radical incident. The area was blocked off yesterday, but it doesn't look like they could keep the main road closed for 2 days straight. I haven't seen a single police officer today. But the Radicam building still seems off limits. The entrance shutters are closed shut and sealed with yellow police
謎の
tape.
人工衛星墜落から一夜明けた秋葉原です。警察による規制は解除され、駅前にはものすごい数の人が集まっています。墜落した人工衛星がどこの国のものなのかについては現在も調査中とのことで、詳しいことがわかるまで撤去ができない状態です。警察の発表によりますと、爆発などの危険は今のところないということですが、秋葉原を訪れた買い物客や地元商店街の関係者からは不安の声が上がっています。
The media has dozens of cameras set up outside the police line, and there are nearly twice as many onlookers as reporters, enough to fill the entire street with people. Everyone's aiming their phone and cameras at the satellite object. So many people. Living in Akiba, you get used to the crowds and big events, but a gathering of this size is unusual. I wonder when they'll get rid of that thing. I hope it doesn't explode or something. I'm just taking a screenshot. They've been letting people back into the area, so I guess there's no danger. Still, considering its unknown origin, I'm surprised there isn't more security. Today, like always, otakus are shopping for doujinshi, imported games, electronics, or whatever strikes their fancy. Aside from the scene of Rajikan, it's the same as any other day. But I still don't understand what I saw yesterday. I half accepted that the mass disappearance was just my imagination. Maybe I become unable to distinguish reality from fantasy, like the media likes to say about teenagers these days. With that thought in mind, I returned my gaze to the street. And there in front of me stands a woman holding a phone in front of her face. Okay, I think I should end it here because it's been over an hour. Okay, so I'll continue this next week. Okay, because it's been an hour and 20 minutes, but I can continue a bit, but I do need some rest. Okay, because tomorrow, I'm gonna start back working, so I need my rest. Okay, and yeah, I'll see you next week for Steins Gate, but I am planning to stream tomorrow a bit. Okay, playing Octopath Traveler. Okay, so with that said, good night for today and see you next time.